Over the past few days, we've been covering the arrest of Ruby Franke and Jodi Hildebrandt from 8 Passengers and Connexions, and a lot more information has been coming out. The family is speaking out, neighbors are coming forward about what they saw, and the dad Kevin was even spotted back at the family home. There's a lot to go over, so let's get into it. Let's start off with a statement that the extended family released a few days ago. Now, we already read it and went over the whole thing, but now that some time has passed, a lot of people are looking at this statement and taking issue with how things were worded. Julie, Ellie, and Bonnie all released a joint statement which reads, "For the last 3 years, we have kept quiet on the subject of our sister Ruby Franke for the sake of her children. Behind the public scene, we have done everything we could to try and make sure the kids were safe. We wouldn't feel right about moving forward with regular content without addressing the most recent events. Once we do, we will not be commenting on it further. Ruby was arrested, which needed to happen. Jodi was arrested, which needed to happen. The kids are now safe, which is the #1 priority." A lot of people took issue with the fact that they mentioned jumping back into their regular content. As you guys know, all of Ruby's family and extended family vlog. The sisters vlog, the brother, even the grandparents make content. This is truly a vlogging family, and people feel like, if anything, this should be the biggest wake-up call for them to put the cameras down and let their kids have some privacy back. The comments have been turned off on the post, but people are leaving their comments on other posts writing, "Maybe you should take a break from vlogging. Maybe don't go back to usual content. Take time for your family." I think taking a step back from the family content is probably the best option they have right now. There's so many eyes on this story right now. It's gone mainstream worldwide. These kids need whatever privacy they have left. They don't need to be on vlogs and being documented for everyone to pick apart right now. Another thing I noticed is that a lot of people are actually accusing the extended family of not doing enough in the situation. People think that they should have been speaking out publicly, that they should have been doing more to make sure Ruby's kids were safe, but other people have pointed out just how difficult the system is to deal with and have them take you seriously. Ruby was well off, she was a rich Mormon mom, she already had CPS called on her, and they cleared them. I'm sure there were obstacles, and that's cleared by Sherry's finally post. Ruby's sister Bonnie actually uploaded her own statement apart from her sister's, but quickly ended up deleting it after getting a lot of backlash. That's now been deleted, and like I said, it's most likely because she's been getting a ton of backlash over their own family content. I really think it's probably in everyone's best interest to just take a step back and reevaluate how they want to do content in the future. The family aren't the only ones speaking out either. Neighbors of Ruby are also speaking out, and they're pretty upset. A lot of these neighbors have come out and said that they had a feeling something wasn't right, but no matter how hard they pushed, nothing was ever done. NBC spoke to the neighbors and wrote, "The 2 neighbors who spoke on the condition of anonymity, citing concerns for their safety, said that they and others who live near the family had long been worried for the safety of the children, and that neighbors in the community had previously alerted the Utah Division of Child and Family Services. Everyone is just breathing a collective sigh of relief, because we thought they were going to be coming out of that house with bags," a male neighbor said. Apparently, these neighbors shared footage with NBC of all the police showing up at Ruby's house and completely lining the street. It sounds like Ruby wasn't popular with her neighbors either. One neighbor said that Ruby would often insert herself into other people's business. They recalled one time where Ruby saw a poster in a neighbor's garage of a woman in a pair of shorts, and Ruby decided it was her duty to lecture this person and tell them how inappropriate the photo was. Definitely sounds like something Ruby would do. Other neighbors accused Ruby of withholding food as punishment, which we've seen on her own YouTube channel. They also accused her of leaving her kids alone at home for weeks while she would go away after her and Kevin apparently separated. The neighbors seem to know a lot about Ruby, with one of them stating, "I remember that she took away their Christmas one year," the male neighbor said. And she would say things like, "They're not repenting correctly," which is a Mormon term for "they're sinning." Just complete insanity. The male neighbor recalled how Franke's youngest daughter Eve, who is about 10 years old, would wander the neighborhood while her mother was away for prolonged periods after she kicked Kevin Franke out of the house. Eve would look for companions in the community, the neighbor said. The neighbor said it did not seem like she was attending school. She would just knock on your door and say, "Hi, can your kids play?" he recalled. And we're like, "Well, they're at school. They won't be home for 3 or 4 hours. And she'd be like, "I'll wait." He added, "She's like this lost child." It's just such a sad situation. It really does seem like as soon as Ruby met Jody and started getting deep into Connections, that's when everything changed. Yeah, she was always this really strict religious parent, but this is on a completely different level. This is way beyond what most people would have ever pictured was happening. We're really starting to get a clear picture of what was going on. Ruby gets deep into Connections, Ruby and Kevin separate, Ruby pulls the kids out of school to be homeschooled, she cuts them off from their family, and then she removes them from the vlog. It seems like these kids were completely isolated. As for what's going on with the dad, Kevin Franke, he was actually spotted back at the family home. Daily Mail caught him carrying travel bags and a pillow into the house, and people quickly noticed that it seemed like he was wearing a wedding ring. Whether that's his wedding ring with Ruby or someone else, we don't know. They also pictured the family's van with an 8-passenger sticker on it, and then they show a handyman coming over to remove the sticker from the van. I'm actually surprised Ruby didn't have it removed sooner. Prior to her arrest, she hadn't posted on the 8 Passengers YouTube channel for over a year. She deleted all the videos from it, and she was already deep into Connections. It just goes to show you how deep Ruby and Kevin once were into family vlogging. They literally had to brand their own family car and drive around like one big advertisement. As for the Connections YouTube channel, Sherry actually got on her Instagram and asked people to report the page and hopefully get it taken down, writing, "Connections and Moms of Truth needs to go. Please report their Instagram accounts and encourage everybody to unfollow them. They do not deserve such a large audience." And that's exactly what happened. The Connections page is gone from YouTube, and they issued a statement to Insider about the termination, writing, "YouTube confirmed to Insider it has removed 2 channels linked to the mom influencer Ruby Franke after she was arrested Wednesday and charged with. We can confirm we have terminated 2 channels linked to Ruby Franke in accordance with our creator responsibility guidelines," YouTube spokesperson Nicole Bell wrote in a statement. At first, a lot of people were concerned about the channels being deleted because they saw it as deleting evidence. Sherry asked people to compile a list of any and all videos that were bad for evidence, but that list included direct links to the videos on YouTube. I was concerned about that too, but it sounds like Reddit and other pages have everything downloaded and stored away, so the sooner that harmful information gets taken down, the better. As for updates about Ruby and Jody in jail, the affidavit was released, and it looks like they're both facing 6 counts of. They're scheduled to appear in court on September 8th, and from what I heard, it sounds like this judge does not take lightly to cases like this. So we're gonna probably have to wait a bit to find out anything else, but all that matters is that the kids are safe and Ruby and Jody are done for good. Anyways guys, let me know what you think about everything down below, and I'll see you next time.